So welcome to the course of Environmental Impact Assessment. Myself, Dinesh Kumar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Civil Engineering. So in this course, we'll be discussing about the objectives, capability and limitations of EIA, and then we'll be seeing about what are the methods of EIA with some case studies. And then we will be discussing about what are the impacts of the environmental infrastructural projects on the environmental agents such as an air, water, vegetation, wildlife, and we will be discussing how adverse effects we are causing to these environmental agents through EIA, and then we will be seeing about the management plan to improve the environmental agents quality through some environmental plans, and then we'll be seeing about some case studies of infrastructure projects that cause an adverse effects throughout day-to-day life. In the unit 1, we'll be discussing about what is the impact of development from the civil engineering projects on the environment, and then we'll be seeing about how we are assessing the impact, and what are the statements of impact that we are going to measure from the environment, and then we will be seeing about the capability and limitations of EIA, and then what are the notifications that we have to be seen to avoid those adverse effects, and then we'll be seeing about what are the consultants and their ideas and their opinions and their knowledge to avoid the environmental impact assessments. And next one we'll be seeing about the unit 2. In the unit 2, we'll be seeing discussing about the methodologies to overcome and to measure the impacts on the environment. So in this, we'll be seeing about what are the strengths, weakness and applicability of environmental impact assessment, and then we'll be seeing about what is an appropriate methodology that we are going to adopt to find out whether how we are going to measure and how we are going to analyze the impacts on the environment, and in which we will be seeing about the process such as screening, baseline studies and mitigations of EIA. And then next we are going to see about what are the different types of checklists, matrices and networks and cost benefit analysis that we are going to adopt in the assessment of impact on the environment. And the unit 3 will be checking about the quality and how the adverse effect that we are causing on the environmental agents such as an air, noise, water and vegetation and to the wildlife. So in this we'll be seeing about what is the background condition and present background scenario, and what are the factors which causes which are responsible and which causes impact to the environment, and what is the role of industries, and what is the role of transportation, and what is the role of human error, and what is the role of a human in the environmental impact assessment, and how they are making an adverse effect to the environment. And then we'll be measuring with the help of some scaling and some rating methods, and then we'll be checking about the quality for environmental agents, air, water and to the wildlife, and we will be maintaining what are the criteria and conditions that had to be fitted in, and what are the standards which we are following. And then we'll be seeing about also the ocean environment and ocean flora and fauna, and then we'll be checking with the what is the benefit of socio-economic impact and how we have to measure that and how we have to maintain that. And then we'll be measuring everything with the help of an audit. So we'll be checking that what is the audit things and what are the things we have to proceed in the audits for the environmental impact assessment. And next one, we'll be seeing about the environmental management plan. So everything goes on a plan, so we have to do a plan and in which that we have to work. So for the protection of environment and to avoid the impacts on the environment, we have to prepare a plan and which have to be followed according to the plan for the mitigation of an adverse impact on environment, and also for the mitigation of an impact on water, air and land, and also the flora and fauna. And we'll be following some Indian standard code books that is about ISO 14001, in which we have been precisely following the methods and management plan which have been following from the previous years to avoid the impact and to measure the impacts on the environment and to protect the impact from the human error. And last, in unit 5, we'll be discussing about the case studies, that means the infrastructure projects and how the adverse effects from the infrastructure projects as a civil engineer, and what are the process and what are the things they are making, what are the projects which are making into adverse to the environment, such as in highway projects, bridges, stadium, multi-story building, everything, and which includes the power plant and nuclear power plants and the coal and thermal energy production, everything. So these whole industrial come residential structure are making an impact, and we'll be studying with some of the case studies in this unit. And these are the textbooks which we are going to use for the environmental impact assessment. Thank you. So we will look you forward in the course. So I welcome you all for the course.